the most important part is that your first 30 days in that framework are what some would call a listening tour. It's spending time coming in, and no matter what your experience, what brands you've worked on, or how comparable they may be, you really don't know what you're walking into and don't really have a good perspective until you can start to learn. And the people that work with you, that you're coming in to serve or to work alongside, they have had some experiences and certainly results and certainly have insights that they can help share with you. And so what I try to do is partner that listening tour in with a process I would use for garnering qualitative insights, where I ask essentially everybody the same 5 questions, both on the marketing team, so the full team that I'm coming in and working alongside and serving, and then also the global leadership team or the leadership team that you're working with. Same types of 5 questions, slightly different because the audience is different. And the process that I go through is in those interviews, ask everyone those questions, but really take a ton of notes. Don't respond, don't really react, just ask them the questions and then step back and consume. And then once I'm done with all of those, I take them, put them into a spreadsheet and parse through to find the patterns. And what's so fascinating is that you'll then start to notify or see some trends between what you're hearing on the marketing team and what you're hearing with the leadership team. In partnership with that as a marketer, we're also going in and looking at your competitive research, your market intelligence, what's happening with the product, how are you driving your overall KPIs and performing. And it's taking all of those things and essentially merging them together to come up with a top line strategy. So now the next part, when you get into post 30 days, it's a lot of work of just consuming and then parsing and then finding patterns. The next step, which I think is where a lot of people tend to almost not necessarily fall down, but forget the importance, is to start to communicate those findings. And so days 60 to days 90 is really about spending time in telling people, this is what you said, this is what I heard, this is what I'm seeing. And what you're doing then is connecting together the insights that you're finding with the voice of the customer, which in turn tends to be your people or the people that you're working alongside, to help them really understand that vision of how it comes together. That's what gets you the buy-in to then get into your next 90 days, which is really prioritization around execution and focus. And so I think it's, no matter what, really spending that time up front when you're thinking about how do you build a leadership team, how do you build a strategy, how do you build a vision, by helping people understand what they're saying, what they're hearing, what those patterns are, and then your why, which then gets people aligned behind you and also starts to build the buy-in that you need to start moving quickly and with agility.